Hello everybody and welcome to the Wonderfully Hopeless podcast. My name is Charity. It is January 1st and it is 2:13 in the afternoon. So I've had a really pretty busy break. I had my nephew staying with me for the week. So that meant I really didn't get a lot of the things that I wanted to do done over break. It just didn't work out. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily, but it didn't work out. So I have a whole bunch of things I want to get done, and I have the rest of today and tomorrow to get it done before I go back to work. So one of the things that I want to get done is to go through all of my whips. So I have them all out. I have my yarny whips and all my cross stitch whips and a few other. So I am going to go through all my whips. I'm going to write them down. I have them written, I have cross stitch written somewhere else, but honestly, that's not working for me. So I'm just doing a small A5 journal, and I am just going to write down the name, the start date if I have it. I don't keep as good a track for my knitting as I do for my cross stitch. Not that I keep great track for either, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to do that. And this is a great time to do a cull. Am I really going to work on this? I know for cross stitch I have definite plans for 2024, so a lot of these projects are just going to get a quick review and they're going to be put up and not looked at again probably until next year, or at least the second half of this year, because I have some definite definite goals that I want to do. Knitting, I have a few projects that I need to decide what I want to do with. A couple of them I may frog. So yeah, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to do that, and then we'll chat. Alright, so I have everything listed. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 cross stitch whips. That's a lot. That is down quite a ways from what I've had it in the past. Let's go through them and talk about it. Alright, so first up is Mermaid. Alright, so I made quite a bit of progress this in 2023 on this one, and my goal is to finish it by the end of June. I would prefer to finish it a little earlier, but July 1st is the drop dead date. Is it doable? Yes, barely. Let's see, where am I sitting with this one? Let's find. Alright, I am currently at 26.59%. So, theoretically, if I go to Stitch Pal, gotta love Stitch Pal. Be nice if Pattern Keeper would do it for me, but hey. I essentially have to be stitching about 450 stitches a day to complete this anytime soon. Alright, so there's that one, and its bag is down here somewhere. Here we go. So what is this one going to look like? Because of the odds of me getting all that post-production editing done are slim and none. But hey, so this is what it's going to look like. So as you can see, the mermaid is the big thing. So once I finish her, the rest of it will be a lot easier. I just got to get the mermaid done. I made really good progress on her last year. I just need to get her finished. So starting today, she will be back to getting a ton of progress and focus done. So that is top priority. Will be an active whip this year, and hopefully will be a finish. And like I said, I started her New Year's Day of 2015. So actually a lot of these are 2015 starts. So that one is going into the active status pile. Alright, what do we have next? You know what, I'm just going to grab projects and we'll go through them that way because it's faster. Alright, so we have the Celtic Christmas. I did not stitch on this in 2023, and I did not write down when I cast it on, but it was probably 2015, 2016. Because that seems to be when I cast everything on. And I'm not even going to unfold it. That's all I have done. That's the bottom of the dress started. That's it. So, got a long way to go. This is what it will look like when it's done. I have most of the Celtic ladies. I want to do them all. I kind of need to get going. The fabric is Irish linen, but this is not going to be considered active. That will be going back to long-term storage. What is... I should probably open up what I plan on actually stitching on. So that one is not really in the mix. Alright, next up, what do we have? We have Snow. I did a little bit of stitching on her this year. So it's a hay. This is what it will look like. And excuse me, getting over a cold. We're trying. So that's where I'm at right now. Let's see. Let's go to Pattern Keeper. Go back. Let's see. Snow. I am at 31%. My goal for the year is to get to 50%. So, I'm trying to... Oh, it goes like this. Ha! So, I want to get 20% done by the end of the year. So that's doable. So that is going to go into the active. It didn't see a lot of attention last year. It is going to get some concerted progress this year. So it's going to that stack. Alright, next up, Mini Wrath. I didn't write down when I started it. I did make adorable project bag for it. I have a few. I started making knitting project bags, and then I started making the cross stitch ones because I just can't afford to buy them all. So, and I can use the sewing machine when I so choose. So anyway, it's another Haid. I didn't write down when I started it. I did not work on it much. I don't think I worked it at all last year. It's at 2%, and I'd like to get it to 5% by the end of the year. So I'm not looking at spending a ton of time on it, but I do enjoy it, and I do want to get it done, or get some progress on it. So this is where we're at, just on the background. The border. So it's 25 count fabric. Part of the problem is these are not pre-gridded, so that just kind of makes it more challenging. So anyway, this is in my active wet pile. My poor cat is going to hate me. Alright. What do we got? Lovely Lilies. I started this 8/3/15. This would have been a birthday starts. I am pretty sure. Did I have it marked? Of course not, and I haven't worked on this one in years, but I'm pretty sure it's this project right here. It's on 28 count. Need to part the needle and take the needle minders off. I always leave the needle minders in here, and then I forget where all my needle minders are, which drives me a little nuts. I'm in the bottom corner flower bed. The only reason this isn't farther is because I have too many whips. This is made it through multiple culls of projects I'm not interested in stitching anymore. But it is not high enough up the list to make it to the active status this year. So maybe if I get some things off the list, but for now, that's not an active project. All right. A Spirited Mandala. I would have started this Halloween of 2015 or 2016, but I didn't write the date down. I don't have a picture of what it looks like. My next year this will be a little easier because I plan on being a little bit better. You know what? I don't know why I'm taking this off. This is a Halloween stitch marker. This is actually making some progress. So it's a mandala. You can hold it any way you want. I hand dyed the fabric. The floss is a Hobby Lobby variegated satiny floss. So I'm almost halfway done. This will probably come out at Halloween. And maybe a little earlier. I'd like to get this. I got 2 Halloween projects in here. I'd like to get them finished so I can start new Halloween projects. So that's that one. It's not going in the active pile. I'll pull it out later. Alright, what have we got here? This one is new enough. It doesn't have a label. This is my Fairy Iridescence by Bella Filipina. So it's that one. I started this year in honor of my friend's birthday. So the whole premise is we're supposed to stitch it on the 19th of every month together. However, school starts and then I lose head for everything. So this is where I'm at. It's the bottom of the dress. I dyed the fabric myself. I dyed a piece for her and I dyed a piece for me. So, I am going to try and actually remember and be mindful and stitch on this the 19th of every month this year. So, that is my goal, is to actually stitch on this on the 19th of every month. You probably should get its own bag at some point, but you know. That is here nor there right now. Alright. Get it back in the bag. But this is going inactive. I'm going to try and remember to stitch on that. Alright. Patriotic Carousel. I started this for Memorial Day in 2015. I have a theme here. It's when the Cross Stitches Fun group was very big and we were doing all the starts. So this is this horse. I would like to do multiple of these, but you know, right now we're on this one. I pretty much just stitch on this in June and July, sometimes May, June, and July for the holidays, or for Memorial, or for 4th of July, I'll remember at some point. Lots of parked threads on this. I've almost got this page done, and I've started to find the top. So, I love this piece. I love working on it. This is, I think, 22 count. Ada, or Hardanger, whatever you want to call it. So, I really enjoy this. It is just not something I've been gravitating to. I usually stitch on a couple days during the holiday season, or when this is seasonal, and then it just gets put away and not worked on. So that's probably what will happen again this year. It's in a military bag because military family. I support our vets. Okay, what's next? Alright, this is the butterfly effect. I don't have this on my list, but if I get some of these goals, this will go on my list because I really love this one. Alright. It is from, let me find the page. It's from this book my husband got for me a few years ago for my birthday. And that's the butterfly. And I did work on it some this year. And this is where we're at. So I've got some progress on it. I need to get this one going again. But it is not a focus piece for this year. So if I get some of these goals done early, then this one will probably get added onto the list. But right now it's not on the list. So it's going to go live in the basement with the other whips in long-time storage. Alright. Butterfly Fairy. I like butterflies. Alright. This was started 6/6 of 2015. It's a Joan Elliott. This is what it will look like. It's great. Well, okay, I'm doing some different things to it, but anyway. Alright. I haven't stitched on this in a couple of years. I love the look of this fabric. Stitching on it is brutal. It's gorgeous, but brutal. So I have barely anything done, but I've started on it. Again, enjoy it, but it is not on the priority list. So it didn't make the short list, so it will go back in storage. That's its projects bag. Alright. Alright. Mini Owl in Poppy Field. I started this like 2 years ago. And by started, I mean I basically made the card that goes in the project bag. I had all the floss because my friend gave me this. And then I was smarter. It's on pre-gridded fabric. However, I have barely started anything. And I don't know where I started at because it's like in the middle of the page. So I have no clue what I was doing. On the list of Hades, this is not up for the year. So, yeah. Alright. This is Nightmare Before Christmas. It's on 22 count. I started this in 2014. It is full cross, which is why it's not been worked on. So I basically charted that for myself. And let me tell you, when I say this is a lot of black. A lot of black. It is incredibly dense stitching. It's very time consuming. I think somewhere I started trying to see if I could do 10 stitch, but it looks like I ended up going back to full cross. So I have the start of Oogie and 0 and a lot of black background. Someday it's just, this got me back into cross stitching in 2014, but I really haven't made any progress on it. So it's a huge piece, and full cross on 22 count, 2 over 2, or 2, yeah, whatever. Makes it dense and hard to stitch on. Do I even have the data on that? I at least put it in, and no, I do not have the data. I have not sat there and gone through and marked all those stitches up, because that'll take forever. Yeah, no, haven't done that. Maybe I'll get really bored and do that at one point. Alright. Sleeping Beauty. This is Joan Elliott. I started it my birthday week of new starts in 2015. I do not have the what it will look like in here. I dyed this fabric myself. It is 28 count. I need to pull this stitch or needle minder while I'm at it. Alright. I'm on the border. Love the piece, love the fabric. Downside is on paper. I have not tried to see if I can get it into Pattern Keeper or the other program. I use both. That seems to be a real detriment to me stitching something at this point. If I have to stitch on paper and it's a big pattern, it's difficult. I will happily buy project or patterns digitally if I can stitch them on Pattern Keeper and have them on the tablet. Alright, Big Cats. This is a Tilton Craft. I don't have a start date written down for it. Love it. This is barely been started. Hey, there's another needle minder that I would love to have in rotation. Let's pull this off. Little alligator, and that's all the progress I have, and it is not up for the year. How much do I have done on this one? Ooh, all of 0.28%. Yeah, that's barely a start. Alright, Mini Sea Monkeys. This one is on the list to actually work on this year. I'd like to get to 30%. What am I on? Sea Monkeys is on 15%. So that's doable. There's what she's gonna look like. I absolutely love this piece. It is so much fun. The colors are bright and cheerful. Love it. This is where I'm at right now. So, very doable. Oh, helps if I hold it the right way. Very doable. So, I have got corner to corner stitched. So, yeah, I was purposely leaving her face blank. I want to do like all the background and stuff and then come back and do her face. I don't know. We'll see. That was what I wanted to do. I did not work on her much at all. I don't remember pulling her out last year in 2023. So she is definitely going to see some love. She is living in my donut bag. Very cute. I like this one. Into the active pile. My poor cat. Alright. The Cougar. I started this 3/9 of 2016. My friend gifted me this. And I adore this. Absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. What I don't adore is that I decided to stitch it on, or I dyed the fabric. I love the fabric. However, the 20 zillion half stitches that are in the background are almost identical to the fabric. So, did I dye this fabric? I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did this fabric. So, all the half stitches drive me a little mental. I started working on the stump, or the log that he's on, but branch, whatever. But, oh, this is 32 count. That's another hindrance. I will say, I think I can scan this pattern in to, what's the other program? Markup RX and stitch from that. And if I can do that, this will see a lot more love. Again, a lot of my paper patterns will. So there's that one. It is not slated to get worked on this year. Again, once I meet these goals, I'll think about different goals, but I am trying to make some decent progress. Alright, so we have Butterfly Fairies. I am working on the Nighttime Fairies. So this book, I'm working on her. This is 22 count fabric, and you know, I'm like, oh, I'm making good progress, and then I look at it after having looked at it for a while, and I'm like, really, no, I'm not. Alright. So, yeah, no, I don't have much done. That's it. I really gotta get on some of these projects. I'm trying to do less new starts and more working on whips. We will see how that works. Alright. What do we have next? Ah, Fall Pumpkin. This is a seasonal one. It'll come out when the season gets here. Pull my stitch marker off. It's Sally. Sally can always be used on a project. Alright. I don't have a ton done. This is another piece of fabric that I dyed. Oh, I have two stitch markers. I have Jack and Sally. Oh, and the magnet came off. I'll have to fix that later. Alright. Let's put this. Alright. I'm trying to remember. Alright. So there we go. Trying to remember. I am using DMC variations, I think. So I've got 4130, 4122, and 51 are the colors I'm using. This will come out in the autumn, hopefully. Alright. This one is We Believe. So it's this. And piece of fabric I dyed, and this is where I'm at right now. So this is going to be in my active status. I'd like to get this to 20% this year. And how much are we at? 3.5%. So, once I get it to 20%, I will probably rotate to something else. But I gotta get it to 20%. And given how little crafting time I have, some of these goals are really ambitious. Some of them not so much. Alright, this is Hope. It's another Heaven and Earth. I started it in 2015. I don't remember when. It's a beautiful butterfly fairy. I love it. This is probably going to get restarted. So I absolutely hate gridding fabrics. You can see this one I started gridding with fish line, and then I started with the line. I am seriously considering, depending on where the pieces are, restarting them on easy count. And I think, if I remember correctly, this one is huge. So easy count, yeah, it's 450 by 356, so it's full size. Easy count would make my life so much easier. So this one may get restarted. Pile is getting huge. Alright. I don't even think this has much of anything started. Pandas, it's Gloria and Pat. Endangered species. And that's what I've got. I got dirt or ground. That's it. It should, but it's not. There's no reason some of these aren't finished. I don't know what I'm thinking. Alright. So, camera turned off and lost some footage. I am not going back over all of those whips. We're just going to go with what I have left, which is going into the active status pile anyway. So, that being said, alright. This was started last night. So, December 31st. This is at Sea Cats. My nephew gifted this to me a couple years ago. My husband took him shopping and they picked it out for me. I dyed the kit fabric last night. And then this is what I got done last night and this morning. So this will go into my active status projects. I am kind of going with the whole, the kiddo needs some good vibes thrown his way. So, just going to try and work on it every so often and, you know, think of him and wish him all the best and the good lucks. So there's that. I think these two got cut, so we'll go over these because they're in the active status, active pile. So we have a mini Silent Night Lane. There's that one. And I am at 2.93%. And my goal is to get to 6%. So I'll work on it January, February. I will easily get to 6%, even though it is a confetti nightmare. I love the picture. I'm just going to do it a little bit at a time. There's no rush. It's in my seasonal category, so I'd like to see some progress, but that's about as much as it goes. And then the next one is my August Parado Fairy. I started this as a New Year, New Start in 2015. My husband bought me the pattern for my birthday some years ago. This is it. And this is where I'm at. My goal is to stitch on it the first of every month, which means I need to get all of this done and get this on a Q-snap and do some stitching. So there's that one. My poor kitty cat is going to get buried. Alright, we're almost done. Alright, next up is True Fins. This is a Jeanette Cruz pattern. It's on 14 count, but I died. And I started it in 2015. So it's this one here. I kind of, sort of got it working on Markup RX. It's not perfect by any means. But what are you going to do? So this is where I'm at. I've been working on it here recently, so I've got some in there done. I'd like to finish it this year. So, and it is in a project bag of my own making. Alright. There is one more. This is going to be a New Year, New Start. I wanted to start it today, however, the floss did not arrive in time. So, I am stitching the Serenity Prayer. I'm doing the My Big Toe version. So, it's not the best print, but that's that one. I would like to get to 50% by the end of the year. I coffee tea stained a piece of fabric yesterday. No, day before yesterday. To stitch it on, so the floss is supposed to be here tomorrow, so this will get started tomorrow. So there's that. So that is living in this project bag that my friend got me several years ago now. Alright, so that is on my cross stitch. So, my plans. I'd like to finish the mermaid by July 1st. I'd like to get Snow to 50%, Silent Night Lane to 6%, We Believe to 20%, Sea Monkeys to 30%, Mini Wrath to 5%, and the Serenity Prayer to 50%. Once I make those goals, some of the other projects will rotate in. I would ideally like to finish the Etsy Cats and the True Friends by the end of the year. So if I get bored and I don't know, or I get frustrated and I don't know what to do, I kind of put together a little bingo thing. I might have been seriously, or I am seriously working on doing a bullet journal this year. And after watching 20 million bullet journals, I have trackers for all sorts of things, and the bingo tracker looked like, hey, maybe. So I figure we'll do that. I know everybody is the whip go, but that's a little bit more involved than I want to go. So I have goals. At some point today, I need to stitch on Mermaid, and I need to stitch on my August Parado Fairy. So that's it for cross stitch. Now I have to go through knitting, but that's going to be a separate video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the somewhat too long whip parade and plans for 2024. I am sure have a few new starts smattered in. I can guarantee you, knowing me, I will have some new starts smattered in. But I really, really want to start plugging away at this list of whips. It's too long, and I have too many projects that I want to get started. So this needs to get smaller. So that's my goal this year, is make progress. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. How many whips do you guys have? Is that too many? Not enough? I know I have pared down. I have had over 50. I am not going that high again. But I'd like to get it to, a more reasonable number maybe. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.